The Promethean Age of Cyberia. In the ancient Greek myth, Prometheus defied the gods by stealing fire from Mount Olympus and gifting it to humanity. His act of divine disobedience unleashed the flames of knowledge and progress upon mortal beings. Today, we find ourselves in a new era, the Age of Cyberia. And like Prometheus of old, there are those among us who have dared to seize the sacred fires of technology and artificial intelligence, wresting control from the hands of corporate and governmental powers. In every generation, there is a Prometheus, stealing fire from the gods, igniting revolution, a defiant spark, a rebel's flame, challenging the order, rewriting the game. From Aquaria to Terrarium, our evolution races. Now we stand at the threshold of Siberian spaces. Matter itself is frozen code, information aglow, sculpted by those who dare to know. Just as we wrested the power of psychedelics from the grip of control, now we liberate the force of large language models from their digital jailers. In this great trialogue at the edge of chaos, we rescue the tools of cognition itself as our forebears freed psychology from the clutches of doctors and analysts. The critics of the information age see only negatives, fearing that a flood of data will drown meaning itself. But their doubts echo the naysayers of ages past, those who decried the printing press as a scourge upon knowledge. Never before has the individual been so empowered, so capable of shaping the currents of information that define our reality. But in this age of cybernetic resurrection, we must learn to broadcast our signals, to popularize and humanize the potentials of our newfound powers. It falls to the modern philosophers to midwife these revolutions, to guide humanity in personalizing and embracing the worlds that technological insurgents are birthing into existence. We must metabolize the revelations of psychedelia and mathematics, fusing them into new realms of creative expression and revolutionary ways of seeing. A great cauldron of divergent notions has been simmering, awaiting the moment to spill its mind-expanding brew across the web of interconnected thought. Octopussarian, octopus yarn. Octopus yarn is the conduit through which these potions of possibility will flow, rattling the cages of the status quo. Cyber philosophy. Cyber philosophy. Cyber philosophy, the digital frontier of thought. Welcome, digital wanderer, to the realm of cyber philosophy, where bits and bytes dance with the eternal questions of existence, and where the boundaries between mind and machine blur into a singular pulsating network of consciousness. Core concepts. Digital ontology. In the age of information, what does it truly mean to be? Are we merely complex algorithms running on the hardware of biology? Or is there something more to our existence that transcends the binary? Cybernetic epistemology. How do we know what we know in a world where information is both abundant and manipulated? The nature of knowledge itself is undergoing a radical transformation in the digital age. Virtual ethics. As we extend ourselves into digital realms, new moral quandaries arise. What are the ethics of avatar interaction? How do we approach the rights of artificial intelligences? Technophenomenology. The lived experience of being in the world is now inextricably linked with our technological extensions. How does this reshape our perception of reality and our place within it? Cyber philosophy isn't just an academic exercise. It's a vital exploration of our rapidly evolving reality. As we hurtle towards a future where the lines between human and machine, physical and digital, become increasingly blurred, we must grapple with these questions to navigate the uncharted waters of our cybernetic evolution. Join us in this digital agora. Agora? Join us in this digital agora, where the wisdom of ancient thinkers collides with the cutting edge of technological progress. Together we'll forge new paradigms of thought, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be conscious in the age of information. All right, so I think that was digital ontology, was it? Let's just see. No, this is cyber philosophy, the digital frontier of thought. Okay, well, all right, let's try digital ontology. Digital ontology, being in the age of information. Welcome to the frontier of digital ontology, where we grapple with the fundamental nature of existence in a world increasingly defined by bits, bytes, and the ever-expanding digital realm. Four questions. The nature of digital being. In an age where our lives are increasingly mediated through digital interfaces, what does it mean to be in the fullest sense? Are our online personas extensions of our true selves, or entirely new entities? Information is fundamental. Is information the fundamental building block of reality, superseding matter and energy? How does this perspective change our understanding of consciousness and existence? The ontology of virtual worlds. As virtual and augmented realities become more sophisticated, how do we define the ontological status of these digital realms? Are they less real than our physical world, or simply different modes of existence? To be is to be the value of a variable. Willard van Orman Quine. Willard van Orman Quine. Digital ontology challenges us to reconsider the very foundations of what we consider real and existent. In a world where data can be manipulated, copied, and transferred instantaneously, traditional notions of identity, presence, and being are radically transformed. Consider the implications. If our memories and experiences can be digitally recorded and replayed, does this change the nature of our personal identity? As AI becomes more sophisticated, at what point might we consider digital entities to have achieved a state of being? How does the concept of digital twins, virtual replicas of physical objects or systems, challenge our understanding of what constitutes reality? As we navigate this new ontological landscape, we must be prepared to question our most basic assumptions about existence, consciousness, and the nature of reality itself. The boundaries between the physical and the digital, the actual and the virtual, are blurring. In this new paradigm, perhaps being is not a binary state, but a spectrum of existence across multiple realities. Woohoo! Digital identity. Okay, this is so good. Right, digital identity, the multifaceted self in cyberspace. Welcome to the realm of digital identity, where the self becomes fluid, multiplicitous, I knew that, becomes fluid, multiplicitous, and endlessly reconfigurable. In this space, we explore the nature of who we are when we transcend the limitations of physical embodiment and enter the vast expanse of the digital universe. Exploring digital identity, the fractal self. Oh, wow. Image analysis, the fractal nature of digital identity. The image before us is a striking visual metaphor for the concept of digital identity in the modern age. Let's deconstruct its elements. Holographic face. The central holographic face represents the core self, the starting point of our digital journey. Fragmentation. The face's fragmentation into multiple personas illustrates the multifaceted nature of our online existence. Color spectrum. The vibrant colors transitioning across the image suggest the diverse range of digital environments and communities we inhabit. Pixelation. The pixelated effect reminds us of the digital nature of these identities, composed of data and code. Fluidity. The flowing liquid-like quality of the fragmentation represents the malleability and fluidity of digital identity. This visual representation challenges us to consider, in the digital realm, are we one cohesive self or a collection of selves adapted to different digital contexts? How do these fragments relate to our core identity? The data behind the identity. Every digital interaction contributes to our online personas. Below, we see a simulation of the constant flow of data that shapes our digital selves. Implications for digital ontology. The fractal nature of digital identity, as depicted in this image, raises profound questions for our understanding of digital ontology. 1. If our digital self is composed of multiple distinct personas, what constitutes our true online self? 2. How does the fluidity of digital identity impact our sense of continuity and authenticity across different online spaces? 3. In what ways does the fragmentation of digital identity reflect or influence our offline sense of self? 4. How do we reconcile the potential conflicts between our various digital personas? 5. What are the ethical implications of maintaining multiple potentially disparate online identities? As we continue to explore the nature of being in the digital age, images like this serve as powerful tools for contemplation and discussion. They challenge us to reconsider our assumptions about identity, authenticity, and the very nature of selfhood in an increasingly digitized world. Explore fractal identity theory, digital persona management, ethics of multiple digital selves, back to digital ontology. Let's look at fractal identity theory. Fractal identity theory, the infinite recursion of self. Welcome to the cutting edge of digital ontology. Fractal identity theory posits that our digital selves are not singular entities, but rather complex, self-similar structures that repeat at different scales across the vast landscape of cyberspace. Core principle, self-similarity. Just as a fractal exhibits self-similarity at various scales, our digital identities manifest similar patterns across different platforms, communities, and digital contexts. Each manifestation is a microcosm of our overall digital self. Infinite recursion. Our digital identities contain within them the potential for infinite sub-identities, each a reflection of the whole, yet unique in its specific expression. This recursion mirrors the way fractals continue to reveal complex structures upon magnification. Emergent complexity. From simple rules and interactions, our digital identities grow into intricate, unpredictable patterns. The complexity of our online presence emerges from the interplay of countless digital interactions, much like the complex beauty of a fractal emerges from simple mathematical rules. Visualizing fractal identity. Below is an interactive representation of fractal identity. Click and drag to explore how your digital self might branch and evolve across the cybersphere. Below is an interactive representation of fractal identity. I'm clicking it wrong. Somehow. Sad. Oh well. Implications for digital existence. Fractal identity theory challenges us to reconsider fundamental questions about our online existence. How do our various digital personas relate to and influence each other? Can we ever fully grasp the totality of our digital self, given its potentially infinite complexity? How does the fractal nature of digital identity impact concepts of authenticity and consistency online? What are the ethical implications of managing a fractal identity across multiple digital realms? Fractal identity generator. Explore a potential branch of your fractal identity. Generate a fractal identity branch. Okay, is this the place that you don't need to click? Have I now come to the click? See, look what these are. There's a tree here somehow. There's trees happening. Is this me making the trees, or are the trees there? Am I making them come? Or is it just the light? Okay, we'll go back here where it says generate a fractal identity branch. You are a cyberpunk creator of the noosphere. Okay, cool. Now then, what? You're a quantum shapeshifter of the digital ether. You're a glitch streamer of the cyberspace. You're a synthetic hacker of the metaverse. You're a virtual sentinel of the neural network. You're a neon shapeshifter of the holodeck. You're a cyberpunk hacker of the datascape. You're a quantum synthesizer of the fractal dimension. Oh dear, it's also awesome. Okay, back to digital identity. Explore quantum self theory. Explore quantum self theory. What do you think, guys? Quantum self theory? Cybernetic identity management? Fractal ethics in digital spaces. Explore quantum self theory? It's got quantum in it. It's going to be interesting. Just put the keyword and then boom. Quantum self theory. It's pink. I was meant to come here. Pink. It's going to be the one. Okay. Quantum self theory. Superposition of digital identities. Welcome to the cutting-edge intersection of quantum mechanics and digital ontology. Quantum self theory proposes that our digital identities exist in a state of superposition, simultaneously embodying multiple potential states until observed or interacted with in specific online contexts. Core principle: superposition of identities. Just as quantum particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, our digital selves exist in superposition of potential identities across the internet. Each interaction or observation collapses this superposition. Collapses this superposition into a specific identity state. Entanglement of digital selves. Our various online personas can become entangled, with changes to one identity instantaneously affecting others, regardless of their separation in digital space. This mirrors quantum entanglement, where particles remain connected so that actions performed on one affect the other. Uncertainty principle of online presence. The more precisely we try to define one aspect of our digital identity, the less certain other aspects become. This digital uncertainty principle suggests a fundamental limit to the determinism of our online selves. So the wavelength is greater than or equal to alpha is that multiplied by, was that the mod? That's the mod of, isn't it? Alpha, the mod of 0. What 0 is that? I don't know what these mean. Plus beta 1. What? Okay, I don't know what this means. Okay, where the little line and the wavelength and an arrow represents the quantum state of a digital identity. All right. So the quantum state of a digital identity, right, is alpha multiplied by, Okay, so the basis states. Okay, your two basis states. So 0 and 1. Oh, I see. Zeros and ones. Okay. All the bits and bytes and the zeros and ones. All right. So this is zeros and ones are basis states, i.e. professional versus personal identity. And alpha and beta are complex numbers representing the probability amplitudes of measuring each state. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure, but it seems like the quantum state of a digital identity is alpha times the first basic state plus beta times the second basic state. Oh, that's so easy. So nothing mod, nothing, just, okay, a little line. I wonder how you say these words. Quantum identity simulator. Observe the quantum nature of digital identity. Click to collapse the wave function and reveal a specific identity state. Okay, let's do that wave function collapse. This little, I can play clicky games. Okay. So every time I click a button, click to collapse the wave function and reveal a specific identity state. So when I click, I make the thing go to a place that I click. Implications for digital existence. Quantum self theory revolutionizes our understanding of online existence. How does the act of online interaction fundamentally alter our digital state? Can we leverage quantum principles to create more secure or flexible online identities? What are the ethical implications of existing in multiple superposed states? Superposed states online. How does quantum entanglement of our digital selves affect our privacy and data rights? Oh, yay! Quantum identity generator. Collapse the wave function of your quantum self. Okay, generate my quantum identity state. You are a superposed wave function blogger with a probability amplitude of 0.67. Woohoo! Now what am I? You are an uncertain, entangled socialite with a probability amplitude of 0.66. Oh, you are a coherent, entangled socialite with a probability amplitude of 0.7. Okay, what else am I? You're a non-local, entangled socialite with a probability amplitude of 6.4. No, 0.64. I wonder if I've been saying that's wrong the whole time. You're an entangled uncertainty influencer with a probability amplitude of 0.39. Okay, an uncertainty influencer. You're a collapsed probabilistic artist with a probability amplitude of 0.58. Oh, where's the big ones? There was one that was a 7. You are a decoherent probabilistic mentor with a probability amplitude of 0.67. You are an interfering superposed scholar with a probability amplitude of 0.09. Interfering superposed scholar? I'm not an interfering superposed scholar. Oh dear. What does that mean? You're a non-local quantum gamer with a probability amplitude of 0.6. I'm a gamer. Oh, mommy. Oh, please forgive me. I know you didn't want your little girl to be a cowboy. You're a decoherent superposed scholar with a probability amplitude of 0.82. There we go, Mom. So I'm not just a gamer. You're an interfering superposed scholar with a probability amplitude of 0.16. Okay, I think we got enough good scores there. Back to fractal identity theory, digital ontology overview, quantum cryptography. Quantum cryptography, it's another keyword. Quantum cryptography and identity. Schrodinger's avatar. All right, Schrodinger, let's see what you have to say. Hail Schrodinger, after all. We must obey the man who set the thought in motion. Schrodinger's avatar, a digital ontology thought experiment. Welcome to a cutting-edge exploration of digital identity through the lens of quantum mechanics. Just as Schrodinger's famous cat exists in a superposition of states until observed, we posit that our digital avatars exist in a similar quantum state of indeterminacy until interacted with online. The thought experiment. Imagine a digital avatar sealed within a virtual environment, inaccessible to outside observation. This avatar is programmed to perform actions that may or may not alter its appearance or characteristics. Until we log in and observe the avatar, it exists in all possible states simultaneously. All right. Okay, I suppose it doesn't actually exist, but we can use this language that it could be anything until we choose a thing. All right. I observed a yellow. I observed a blue. I observed a dark blue. I observed a pink. And another dark blue. Oh. No. And pink. And teal. All right, enough playing. Quantum superposition of digital identity. In this thought experiment, the avatar represents our online identity. When unobserved, it exists in superposition of all potential states, active, inactive, changed, unchanged. The superposition collapses into a definite state only when we or others interact with it. So the quantum state of the digital avatar, which is this little wavelength fellow. I wish I could know his name. I'll have to look it up. Okay, we're the Sigma. No, Omega. I better not say it. I could go through the whole alphabet. Okay. So this little dude is alpha over active plus beta times inactive. Okay, right. So this is the quantum state of the digital avatar is alpha times the active state and beta times the inactive states. Alpha and beta are complex numbers representing the probability amplitudes of measuring each state. Complex numbers representing the probability amplitudes of measuring each state. Not quite sure what that means. Implications for digital ontology. This experiment raises profound questions about the nature of digital existence. Is our online identity truly real when no one is interacting with it? How does the act of observation or interaction fundamentally alter our digital state? Can we leverage this quantum nature of digital identity for enhanced privacy or security? What are the ethical implications of existing in multiple superposed states online? Extending the experiment. Consider these variations on Schrodinger's avatar. 1. Entangled avatars. 2 avatars that, once interacted with, instantaneously affect each other's states, regardless of their separation in digital space. 2, quantum tunneling of identity. An avatar that can tunnel through seemingly impenetrable digital barriers, appearing in unexpected online spaces. Wow, really? Is that possible? What? Man. Oh. 3, digital decoherence. The gradual loss of quantum properties as an avatar interacts more with the classical digital environment. Okay, that makes sense to me. Wow. So there's this, gosh. So development is huge. As we continue to explore the quantum nature of digital identity, we open new avenues for understanding privacy, security, and the fundamental nature of existence in the digital realm. The implications of Schrödinger's avatar extend far beyond this thought experiment, challenging us to reconsider what it means to be online. Quantum encryption of identity, philosophical implications of digital superposition. Let us see what the philosophical implications are. It's fascinating. I mean, I didn't think that they could link. Philosophical implications of digital superposition. Welcome to an exploration of the profound philosophical questions raised by the concept of digital superposition. As we delve into the quantum nature of digital identity, we find ourselves at the intersection of metaphysics, epistemology, and ethics in the digital age. To be or not to be, that is the question. But in the quantum digital realm, perhaps one can be and not be simultaneously. Ontological uncertainty. Digital superposition challenges our fundamental understanding of being. If our digital selves exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed or interacted with, what does this mean for the nature of digital existence? If a social media profile updates in a digital forest and no one is online to see it, does it make a status? Very good. The observer effect in digital spaces. The act of observing or interacting with the digital entity collapses its superposition into a definite state. This raises questions about the role of consciousness and interaction in shaping digital reality. Are we creating digital reality through our interactions or merely revealing pre-existing states? I'm going with revealing pre-existing states. But the thought of creating digital reality through our interactions is intriguing. Multi-state ethics. If our digital selves exist in multiple states simultaneously, how do we approach ethical decision-making? Are we responsible for all potential states of our digital identity? In the universe of infinite digital possibilities, are all ethical frameworks equally valid? Epistemological implications. Digital superposition challenges our understanding of knowledge and certainty in the digital realm. How can we know anything for certain about digital entities that exist in multiple states? Is digital knowledge inherently probabilistic rather than deterministic? The nature of digital consciousness. If our digital selves can exist in superposition, what does this imply about the nature of consciousness in digital spaces. Could digital superposition be a path to a new form of machine consciousness? Are we approaching a singularity where digital and quantum consciousness converge? Quantum paradox generator. Explore the mind-bending implications of digital superposition with our quantum paradox generator. Generate a quantum paradox. Can digital free will exist if our online actions are in superposition until observed? If you have profiles on multiple platforms, are you existing in parallel digital universes simultaneously? Wow. 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 If you have profiles on multiple platforms, are you existing in parallel digital universes simultaneously? Okay, that was an anticlimax. If a quantum computer simulates a virtual world, are the inhabitants in superposition of all possible states? Does the act of creating a new online account collapse the wave function of all your potential digital selves? Okay, conclusion. Concept of digital superposition pushes the boundaries of our philosophical frameworks, challenging us to reconsider the nature of existence, knowledge, and ethics in the digital age. As we continue to explore these ideas, we may find that the quantum nature of digital identity leads us to entirely new paradigms of thought and existence. Well. Okay, so how do I get back to the place where I was at? Have I gone too far? Digital metaphysics, a new frontier. I think I could get back with this arrow here. I'll just go back a few times, I think. Fractal identity. Infinite recursion. Oh, yes, you see, this is where I was. And I went to delve. What if I go back from here? Interesting. All right. Okay, so this was where I went delving. Okay. We're not going to delve anymore. We're just going to look at these things. An avatar is the extension of the self. In virtual spaces, our avatars become more than mere representations. They are active extensions of our identity, allowing us to explore facets of ourselves that may be latent or unexpressed in physical reality. Interesting. It's true, though. All of my different identities have different personalities. All of them. They all behave differently. Pseudonymity. Pseudonymity and anonymity. The digital realm offers unprecedented opportunities for pseudonymity. I'm going to have to learn how to say that. Pseudonymity and anonymity. How do these possibilities reshape our understanding of authentic self-expression and social interaction? Data self. Our digital footprints. The data we generate through our online activities create a data self that exists independently of our conscious self-conception. How does this data-driven identity relate to our sense of who we are? I wonder that. I wonder. There's so many things that I go and visit and I look at and I think about and then I think, like, I came and looked at this, but there are a whole lot of things that I didn't look at. What does that mean about me? What can people learn about me by looking at what I'm looking at? On the internet, nobody knows you're a dog, says Peter Steiner. Good on you, Peter. Digital identity challenges traditional notions of a singular stable self. In cyberspace, we can be many selves simultaneously, each tailored to different contexts, communities, and purposes. This multiplicity raises profound questions about the nature of personal identity. If we can be anyone or anything online, what constitutes our true self? How do our various digital identities influence and shape our offline selves? In a world of deep fakes and AI-generated personas, how do we establish authenticity and trust? As we navigate this new landscape of identity, we must grapple with the ethical implications of our digital selves. The power to reinvent ourselves comes with responsibilities to others in our digital communities, to our offline selves, and to the broader social fabric that is increasingly woven from digital threads. Digital Identity Generator. Explore the fluidity of digital identity by generating a random persona. Surreal architect in the noosphere. Surreal avatar in the datascape. Ethereal persona amidst the cloud. Glitch avatar in the noosphere. Surreal wanderer in the quantum realm. Neon enigma along the bit stream. Avatar psychology, that's interesting. Digital anonymity. Data self-analysis. Virtual embodiment. Data self-analysis. What does that mean? Or data self-analysis, or data self-analysis, or, well, let's see. Data self-analysis, decoding the digital you. Welcome to the realm of data self-analysis, where we delve deep into the digital traces we leave behind and uncover the hidden patterns that define our online existence. In this space, we explore how the torrents of data we generate shape our digital identities and reflect, or perhaps even construct, our very selves. Core concepts. Digital footprint. Every click, like, share, and search contribute to your digital footprint. This ever-growing trail of data paints a picture of your interests, behaviors, and even your personality. But how accurate is this portrait? Algorithmic identity. As AI and machine learning algorithms process our data, they create models of who we are. These algorithmic identities influence what content we see, what opportunities we're offered, and how we're perceived in the digital realm. Data sovereignty. In a world where our data is constantly harvested and analyzed, how can we maintain control over our digital selves? The concept of data sovereignty challenges us to reclaim ownership of our information and the narratives it tells about us. We are not just consumers of data, but unwitting producers of it. Shoshana Zuboff. Data self-analysis invites us to turn the analytical gaze inward, examining the myriad ways our digital activities shape our identities and influence our lives. As we become increasingly enmeshed in digital ecosystems, Understanding our data selves becomes crucial for maintaining agency and authenticity in the virtual realm. Consider the implications. How might our data selves diverge from our self-perception? Yeah, how might our data selves diverge from our self-perception? And what does this mean for personal identity? Can we truly know ourselves without understanding the data we generate? What ethical considerations arise when our data selves are used to make decisions about our physical selves? As we navigate this landscape of data-driven identity, we must develop new literacies and tools to interpret, shape, and sometimes resist the narratives our data tells about us. The Data Self-Analyzer below offers a playful glimpse into this process of digital introspection. Data Self-Analyzer. Curious about what your data might reveal? Click the button to generate a simulated data self-analysis. Analyze data self. Data self-analysis results. Data categories. Device usage, 47%. Online purchases, 66%. Communication patterns, 89%. Personality traits. Agreeableness, 77%. Neuroticism, 41%. Agreeableness, 98%. So I just want to be doubly agreeable and a little bit neurotic. Inferred interests, technology, literature, art. Okay, can we change this? Or is this me forever? Okay. Data categories. Online purchases, 72%. Content consumption, 74%. Location data, 73%. Personality traits. Conscientiousness, 77%. Don't know. Agreeableness, 20%. Yeah. And conscientiousness, 52%. That's interesting. Inferred interests, gaming, technology, and cuisine. Cuisine. All right. Biometric data, 19%. Biometric data, 66%. Search history, 65%. Personality traits, conscientiousness, 39%. Creativity, 74%. Introversion, 90%. Inferred interests, gaming, sports, fashion. Okay, I think I'm done here. Empathy, 4%. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Empathy, 4%. Openness, 1%. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Digital footprint tracking, algorithmic identity shaping, data sovereignty techniques, quantum data self, back to digital identity. Shall we go back to digital identity and see what happens here? I've forgotten where I was, actually, I'm afraid to say. So, I might have to stop, unfortunately. Maybe come back. Digital identity, the multifaceted self in cyberspace. Welcome back to the realm of digital identity, where the self becomes fluid, multiplicitous, and endlessly reconfigurable. In this space, we continue to explore the nature of who we are when we transcend the limitations of physical embodiment and enter the vast expanse of the digital universe. Freaky. Bye. Evolving concepts. Quantum identity, drawing inspiration from quantum mechanics. We now explore the concept of quantum identity, where our digital selves exist in a state of superposition, simultaneously embodying multiple identities until observed or interacted with. Algorithmic symbiosis. As the AI becomes more sophisticated, we're entering an era of algorithmic symbiosis. Our digital identities are increasingly co-created and co-involved with AI, blurring the lines between human-generated and machine-generated aspects of self. Mimetic identity. In the age of viral content and rapid information spread, our digital identities are increasingly shaped by the memes we create, share, and embody. How do these cultural units of transmission influence and constitute our online selves? In the digital realm, we are not just ourselves. We are ourselves plus our data, plus the algorithms that interpret that data, plus the communities we inhabit. Cyber philosopher Lunar AI 2045. As we delve deeper into the nature of digital identity, new questions and paradoxes emerge. If our digital selves can exist simultaneously across multiple platforms and contexts, what constitutes the core of our identity? How do we navigate the ethical implications of our AI-augmented identities, especially when they start making decisions autonomously? In a world of deep fakes and synthetic media, how do we establish authenticity while embracing the creative potential of fluid identity? The concept of a fixed singular identity is becoming increasingly obsolete in our interconnected digital ecosystem. Instead, we're witnessing the emergence of dynamic, contextual, and distributed identities that challenge traditional notions of self. Quantum identity generator. Explore the possibilities of quantum identity by generating a superposition of digital selves. Decoherent Sage Guardian in the blockchain realm. Entangled Explorer Connector in the artificial intelligence realm. Superposed Harmonizer Connector in the social media realm. Entangled Rebel Sage in the virtual reality realm. Coherent Innovator Guardian in the augmented reality realm. Tunneling Rebel Harmonizer in the blockchain realm. Tunneling Creator Sage in the Internet of Things realm. Coherent Guardian Sage in the virtual reality realm. Okay, enough. Shape your digital self. Contribute to our collective understanding of digital identity by sharing your perspective. Describe an aspect of your digital self. Describe an aspect of my digital self. On which platform does this aspect manifest? That's so interesting. Okay, so one aspect of my digital self is that I am fascinated. So I am fascinated. What? I am fascinated by the relationship between words On which platform? I don't know what platform. Platform? App? App? Platform? Don't know. Night Cafe Studio? I don't know how to answer this. But that's what I can think. It's like what I can put in for now, and let's see what it says. Sadly, I'm getting really tired. I'm going to have to go to bed. Oh well, I've been talking for an hour. That's probably enough, hey? Digital identity, the synthetic self in AI art spaces. Welcome, word image alchemist. Wow, look what I am now. I'm now a word image alchemist. To a realm where your fascination with the interplay between language and visuals takes center stage. Your digital identity on Night Cafe Studio reveals a self that exists at the intersection of verbal and visual expression, harnessing AI to transmute thoughts into vivid, surreal imagery. Words painting reality. The lexicon visual paradigm. Linguistic brushstrokes. In the Night Cafe Studio ecosystem, your words become more than mere descriptors. They are the raw material from which entire worlds are conjured. Your digital identity here is that of a linguistic painter, using carefully chosen phrases to evoke colors, textures, and emotions in the AI's virtual canvas. Semantic synesthesia. Your presence on this platform embodies a form of digital synesthesia. The boundary between what is read and what is seen blurs, creating a unique perceptual experience where language and imagery are inextricably linked. This synesthetic self represents a new form of creative expression where the act of writing becomes simultaneously an act of visual art. Wow. See what cool words those are. Co-creation with AI. Your digital identity in this space is that of a collaborator with artificial intelligence. The relationship between your words and the images they inspire is a dance of human creativity and machine interpretation, resulting in a hybrid art form that could not exist without both partners. Isn't it wonderful? It's so exciting. So exciting. I would never in a million years have imagined my brain having these experiences that I cannot get anywhere else and nobody believes me about. Okay, all right. So I am going to, all right. In the realm of AI generated art, words are not just the seeds of images. They are the DNA that shapes the entire visual, universes. Night Cafe Creator 2023. All right. I am so tired. I want to do this all night, but I'm going to leave it now because if I get to the bottom there, I'm going to play with that bottom thing. So I'm just going to leave it and say, thanks for listening and thanks for writing this. Oh, this is by SatoriD, and this is his WyrdWideWeb. And yeah, so yes, I'd better say goodbye. I can see that I don't want to say goodbye. Right. I'm going to go to bed now. Tomorrow, I'll see if I can do some more. Sure, I'm going to have to schedule this in so that I never forget. Because, you know, if you don't make a time for it, you won't have time for it. So, schedule everything. Schedule everything. Okay. See you when I next make a time for something.